All right, so what are we gonna do first?
We're gonna warm up. So everybody, if you're in your living rooms, if you're in your bedroom, if you're in your house, go somewhere where you got a little bit of space. If you can carry your phone with you, if you're following this live stream, set the phone down and just follow along. We're gonna do a basic warm up that we would do in Taekwondo. It's not gonna be the full length one because normally what we do is like 20-minute warm up.
Right, and before he goes any further, those of you that want to follow along on YouTube live stream, you can go to Marshall Yu, go to his channel because you'll actually see a much bigger angle view of this video so that you can follow along properly.
Yes.
On my camera right now, Facebook does not allow you to do Facebook Live the horizontal way. You have to go vertical. So portrait, so you can't see the whole. Area.
For you Facebook guys, you're only going to see us right in the center.
Right.
All right. So we're going to do a 5-minute warm up, and then we're going to do a little bit of stretching, and I'm going to go right into some basic kicks like groin kick, and then front kick, push kick, roundhouse kick. Ooh, the famous roundhouse.
Roundhouse. Everybody likes a roundhouse.
Doryochagi. Okay, and then we'll go into like axe kick or chikochagi, back kick, spinning back kick, side kick. And then I want to end with a spinning hook. Oh. Because spinning hook is one of those kicks that when you're getting up in the ranking system, you're really excited about doing it and using it because it looks cool. And I was excited to learn this kick. So
it'll get you hooked once you learn it.
Yeah. So if you're here, let's just like bounce in place. We're just gonna. This is a typical Taekwondo warm up. If you're in class, we're just bouncing. Just kind of take your feet side to side. Okay, it may look like we're dancing and it's kind of silly looking, but this is just about getting started. You're getting your mind set.
Got a little, New Kids on the Block thing going on here?
Yeah. Or if you want to, do some of that shuffling from LMFAO's Party Rock Anthem. All right, just kidding. So we're just doing this. All right, we're going to do some body squats. So we're going to come down, touch the floor, and just come up. Just a little bounce, and then come down, touch the floor. Just a little bounce, touch the floor, a little bounce. Now we're going to reach more to the ceiling. So we're going to come down, up,
up. Whoa, wait, whoa.
Up. So you might see me fly off the frame. Up, up. And now we're going to escalate this to some burpees. Okay.
Oh boy.
So we're going to go down. We're going to hit, touch the floor, feet go back. A little push up, be nice and gentle with this. Come up and then reach for the sky. So we'll do about 4 of those.
Whoa.
Okay? 5-minute warm up.
I'm already warming up.
No big deal. Hit, push up, come up, touch the sky. Down, push up, touch the sky. Down, push up, touch the sky. Woohoo! One more. Oh. There we go. All right, a little more bouncing.
Oh boy.
Jogging space, jogging space, jogging place.
I like the jogging space.
And this is where I'm always fixing my uniform. Because my uniform comes apart while I'm doing this stuff. And then you're gonna bring your knees up. High knees. You need this for chambering kicks.
You said high knees, not high knees, right?
Yep, high knees. High knees. All right, little bouncing in place. We're gonna go right into some jumping jacks here. Whew. All right, and stop. Good. So that was just a quick little warm up, just a little taste of what we do.
Sure. You might have to work your way up to that. You might have to work your way up to that one. Slow it down.
Yeah. Now let's do some ballistic stretching. Okay, ballistic or dynamic. Okay. We'll start with dynamic. Dynamic stretching is when you're actually moving your limb to stretch it. So we're going to face each other, so you get this side profile. You're going to go with your right leg. I'm going to go with my right leg, so we're going to meet. So we're going to just come up, raise your leg stiff, just like that, right in the middle. Up. Raise it up. And every time you go up, go a little higher. A little higher. This is more dynamic. We're stretching while we're moving.
Didn't Ralph Macchio do this? from a book. And then Mr. Miyagi walked into the room. What do? You learn from book?
All right, now we're gonna go a little more ballistic. We're actually gonna shoot this up.
Oh boy.
Okay, and try to go high, just like that. It's more ballistic. Up there. We're really stretching that. All right, let's switch our feet to the left side. Get that, just halfway, a couple of these. Go a little higher each time. Going higher, a little higher. This is dynamic. We're controlling the whole range of motion.
Oh, no control on that
There
one.
you go. Now we're going to turn to ballistic. So we're going to throw our leg up and allow the momentum of our leg to go beyond our stretch point, okay? So ballistic, up, up. This is where you get those high axe kicks. All right. Now we're going to shoot back, okay? So we're going to be closer to each other. Right leg, if you're standing in your living room, make sure you're not by anything. You're not going to kick a chair or a plant off of a table, okay? We're going to take our right leg and we're going to go back. Dynamic stretching. Back. Back. A little higher every time. Back. 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 More of these. Now let's go a little more ballistic. So we're going to shoot it up.
Yeah,
A little higher. Don't rip your groin on this. Stay with dynamic. We're going ballistic here. All right, so now we're going to switch to the left leg because we got to warm up.
I surely don't have the range I used to have.
All right, going back a little nice and easy and dynamic. There we go. And then we're going to shoot it up. Ballistic style, up. Go high.
Oh. I definitely got some stretching to do.
There we go. One more of those, and we're just going to go out to the side now.
The beginners will definitely want to follow me.
All right, so now we're facing you at the camera, so you're going to face us. We're going to take our leg. You're going to go out with your left first. I'm going to go out my right. Okay, I'm going to stagger so we don't clunk heads.
Okay.
So I'm going to go out with my right and bring it up right to the side. I'm going to turn my hip slightly inward when I do this. So when I go out to the side, my foot on the floor pivots slightly, okay, to the opposite side my leg is going up. So I'm going to raise it and pivot. Raise, okay? Stay dynamic. Control the whole range of motion of your stretch. Here we go. Don't kick everything over in your house. Don't kick your buddy, your friend, whoever's there, your cat, your dog.
Or game console.
Game console, don't do that. All right, we're going to turn this ballistic for us. Feel free to stay dynamic, okay?
I'll probably stay
I know
dynamic.
Soubanh can do it. Okay, so I'm going to try to go a little higher. Ballistic, raising it up. I'm letting the mass of my leg take me beyond my normal range. There we go. One more of those. Let's do the other side. So let's switch. Okay, I'm going out with my left. You're going to go out with your right. Okay, so raising it up, nice and easy. Pivot your hip inward to the opposite side. Up. 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 And then I'm going to go ballistic. Stay dynamic if you want.
I'm going to stay.
I'm going up high, just up there. When I go ballistic, I like to go like my own head height. Because if I'm sparring,
Good thing I'm shorter.
yeah,
I don't have to go as high.
you want to be able to kick someone in the head. That's the idea of some of the cool kicks, like axe kick, spin hook, hook kick. All right. Now, real quick, I don't usually like doing static stretching before, doing techniques in class. I like to stay dynamic because you're warmed up, you keep the blood flowing. But every once in a while, you want to grab the static stretch and do it. So let's grab our right leg, pull it back behind us, get the quadricep stretch.
If you need to grab a chair for balance. The back of a chair.
If you can hop around while you're doing this,
You could do that too.
that's awesome. If you can do that dance, I don't know what it is.
The sprinkler?
What is that?
The sprinkler.
Switch your legs. I don't know the names of these moves.
Uh,
That, hop around.
He's learning though. He's learning. He's taking some dance lessons.
Yep.
What are you doing? We're taking some lessons with
Yes.
Heidi at what school?
Over at Thomas School of Dance. Okay, we're learning, I'm learning.
Yeah.
My partner's learning how to do like the foxtrot,
Yeah.
how to do swing, East Coast style,
Cool.
okay, which is really cool. All right, let's do our calves because our calves are going to play a huge part. So take your right leg, bring it back behind you, keep it straight, bend your front leg, your left leg, and then just lean forward and try to stretch that calf out. Feel the calf.
So talking about dance, don't forget Down East Fantasy Ball is happening in just 3 weeks. February 16th, Bangor Arts Exchange.
It's going to be cool.
It's going to be fun. Please be there because I'll be there and lots of fun stuff happening there.
And if I'm there, I'll be dancing.
I'm looking forward to
We're
that.
switching.
I'm looking forward to that.
So I'm going to put my right leg forward, left leg back, keeping it straight. I want to stretch that calf out. I want to feel the calf. Whew. Keep that leg straight so you can just really stretch that. Nice. All right, I think we're good. You good?
As good as I'm going to get.
Everybody at home good? All right, let's do this.
As good as we're
All right,
going
we'll
to.
switch places.
As good as I'm going to get is all I can say.
All right, one of the first kicks, we're going to go right into it because everybody just wants to learn the kicks.
Right.
Like, how do I kick? This is Taekwondo. Taekwondo, when I did Taekwondo, WTF style, it was like 75% kicking for sparring, and the other 25% was forms, or poomsae, and self-defense moves, okay? It was all about kicking, so we got really good at kicking. And we got really good at sparring because that's what we were doing. The WTF style is more or less the sport style, not like traditional or self-defense style. But one of the first kicks you learn is a self-defense kick because technically it's one of the easiest kicks to do. It's called the groin kick. Okay, and and Soubanh will be the nice dummy here.
Oh, no.
So he's got the typical, go ahead and kick me stance going. So we'll start. We got to learn the basic chamber. We got to learn our fighting stance. Okay, and we have to learn all these basic techniques in order to do any kick. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn our fighting stance. I'm going sideways to you so you can see me as I fall into a fighting stance. Okay, normally in Taekwondo you go in, you've got this like military style stance, parallel stance is what it's called. You're sitting here looking at the instructor, and then he'll ask you to fall back into a fighting stance. Okay, if I'm sideways, falling back into a fighting stance, for our class for Taekwondo, it's always right leg going back. Okay, so right leg goes back about a hip distance or a little bigger, and then the hands come up, and your weight is distributed equally from the front leg to the back leg. And you're basically here, okay? Your body's slightly turned inward. So if you see me here, you'll see I'm not straight on with you. I'm slightly turned like this. And that angle gives me a deflection angle, makes me a smaller target to my opponent, okay? I don't have to be like karate, a lot of karate style, you'll see them completely sideways. And some Taekwondo practitioners go sideways too because they like to, do a lot of this hopping sidekick stuff. But traditional fighting stance, like a 45-degree angle, gives you a little angle to deflection. Hands come up. Okay, this is your basic fighting stance. From here, we're going to do all our kicks. Okay, if you're left-legged, switch your stance. Okay, if you need to switch your stance, your feet just switch. Okay, just switch them like a scissor. Don't go like this.
Oh, sorry.
Don't turn like that. If you're going to switch your stance in Taekwondo, we're all about efficiency to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. That's what's so cool about Taekwondo kicks. It's A to B as fast as possible. Cut down every bit of extra motion that you can. That's cool. So we're going to take our feet and just switch them. Just like that. Boom. See how fast that is versus turning like this? Okay. So we got our right foot back. I'm going to actually have you go out of your fighting stance and just hold your hand up like this. If you've got a partner at home, this is a very cool way to practice kicks. You don't need gear. You don't need anything. If you got a partner, you can use their hand. And be gentle with your partner. Don't kick them too hard. So the first part of any of the kicks, anything, is our chamber. Okay? The first part is we got to go from the floor. We're going to use the floor as a tool, and we're going to make that tool help us get into our chamber. And the chamber is where we're going to get our knee to point right at the target. So I'm going to take my calf and I'm going to push off the floor. I'm going to move in for Facebook guys. Pushing off the floor with my calf muscle and my heel raises off the ground. I'm driving my foot off the floor and I'm going to drive it upward with my knee pointing at the target or near towards the target. Okay? And you'll notice that my foot is open. I'm trying to expose my instep because that's going to be our contact area for Taekwondo. Toes pointed at the ground. Here, and then I'm going to put it back down. Okay? This is going to be our chamber. So I want you guys to practice this a couple times, just this chamber. Coming, driving off the floor. You'll see my hip's going to turn in because I'm driving, just like I was going to take off sprinting, just like that. I'm driving off the floor and then driving that knee up, pointing it towards the target. And I'm going to take my toes pointing towards the ground. Okay? This is our chamber for the groin kick, and it's going to be the chamber for a lot of the kicks. So this is going to be repeatable big time. Okay? Dropping it down. And I'm getting some distance because I have longer legs. And I'm going to have him bring his hand back here.
Yeah. By the way, this would probably be the groin of that tall guy from the Greatest Showman. You know, the tall dude. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay, so you get your chamber. Practice that a few times. Chamber. Boom. Drop it. Drive off the floor. Chamber. And notice what I'm doing with my hands too as well, and my arms. And we have something called a counter force. Okay, the counter force is our upper torso turning in the opposite direction of our kick. And what that does is it helps us control and stop the kick. Okay, when we want to. We have to control every movement that we have. So as I come up, my arm on the same side of the kick is going back to counter that torque of the lower section of my body. And that's important because if you just hold your arms like this, that momentum will carry you forward or maybe even turn you more than you want to go. So you'll see a lot of the Taekwondo practitioners, a lot of martial arts, they're doing this, even in Muay Thai. You know, you're grabbing, you're turning that torso on the inside. So we're chambering, boom, got it. Now, next move, we're going to extend, okay? After we chamber, the groin kick's so easy. We're here, we've chambered, toes pointed. We've countered our motion, so we're controlling it and we're going straight forward. And then all we got to do with our toes pointed down and our instep open, we're going to extend, boom, just like this. And you can imagine the contact, okay? So that's the extension. So we have our fighting stance, pushing off the floor, we're using the floor as a tool, turning our hip in, driving off the floor, chamber, and then extend, make contact. Contact with the old, what is it? What would you call those?
The royal jewels.
The royal jewels. Make contact with the jewels. Or even, there's another kick I can show. It's for the pubic bone, but we won't get into that. It's driving into the pubic bone. But we're going to chamber and extend, make contact. And this is your partner. You're just tapping it. Use control. Always use control. The next move after you extend is the retraction. You hit, retract, and then bring it back. Super easy. So let's all do it just right in the air, okay? So you and I, let's face opposite directions. You'll here.
Alrighty.
Okay? So you'll have your right leg back.
Alright.
And I'm going to have my left leg back, okay? We're going to do these kicks opposite, okay? So what's the first move?
Chamber?
Chamber. So we're going to drive off the floor.
Yeah.
Which way does our hip turn?
Forward.
I'm testing Soubanh.
Forward? Yes, he's testing me. I hope I fail. Pass.
Yeah.
So I'm turning forward.
Your hip's going to go opposite the direction that you're driving off the floor. So you're turning it into your body.
Right.
Turning in because you're driving off. You want to be able to drive
Oh
off.
yeah. Like sprint. Yeah.
Think of a sprint. If you're driving off the floor, just do this sprint step real quick. Then you've got it. You're driving off the floor. You got to use the floor as a tool because you're going to get that chamber. The faster your chamber is, and the reason I'm spending so much time on this is because it's in every other kick that we're going to do, so you won't have to deal with it after this.
Right. Cool.
Okay. So the faster our chamber is, that's going to that's gonna set the entire motion for the rest of the kick. So if you want a fast kick, make your chamber fast, okay? So we're gonna drive off, and chamber, knee comes up. Boom, drop it. Chamber. Notice that counter motion. How's that counter motion? Here, chamber, toes are pointed down, insteps open, bring it back. Okay, let's do it again. Let's chamber, drive off the floor, drive that knee up. Boom, I got my counter motion, I'm still facing forward. Now let's add the extension, okay? Let's go ahead and extend. So we're here, we're gonna chamber and then extend. Chamber, boom, extend, and then bring it back down. Chamber, extend, nice and slow, bring it back down.
Slow, yes, I don't have my balance yet, so I'm going fast.
Yes, now let's speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So what happens with Taekwondo kicks is they turn into like a whipping motion. Once you get the body mechanics, once you get the mechanics of the kick, your limb, you start whipping the end of your foot and it snaps at the target. And this is really cool because you can knock the wind out of somebody with what seems like a light tap. You know, all they see is this, but it's sent a wave of energy through them that moves their tissue because you're made a lot of water. It sends a wave through the body and moves the organs around. And I've had this done to me several times, and I've done it to other people. It doesn't feel good. All right, so we're gonna add that quicker motion to the groin kick. We're gonna snap it kind of at the end. So we're gonna go really fast, snap, and then we're gonna retract it and bring it back. Okay? Chamber, snap, and then bring it back. That snap, that end of the snap, you're gonna time that to hit the target. So let's put it all together. We're gonna chamber, snap, and retract and bring it back, all in one motion. Snap and bring it back. Nice, let's do that a couple more times. Snap, bring it back. Snap, bring it back. Hopefully everybody feels good with that. It was a very basic explanation. You got the chamber. Now we're gonna show you on some pads so we can kick a little bit. Okay, you hold that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna alternate. Since I have a partner, I'll kick and then my partner will kick. So we both have a pad. We're gonna hold it with the opposite hands. So you'll have it, put it in your right hand.
Okay.
So if you've got these mitts, like these punching mitts, you can use these. We're gonna show you on some paddles as well. So this is depending on what gear you have. And we're gonna hold it, you know, waist level because we wanna emulate a groin.
Groin, yeah.
You know, not a Jolly Green Giant groin. But there is a jumping groin kick that we'll do. All right, so I'm gonna face my partner in fighting stance, which is from parallel. Right foot goes back, hands come up, and I got equal weight distributed, okay? And I could get excited and start moving around, you know, bouncing, kind of like being limber and bouncy. And then I wanna do my chamber, I wanna prepare. I'm looking at my target, and I'm imagining my instep, this part, you have to visualize this. Use your spatial visualization to imagine the instep of your foot right there. You have to imagine that. And then you just make it happen after a while. At first you're gonna be clunky. You're gonna come up and you're gonna go chamber, and you're gonna go, okay, extend, and then retract. But then after a while it turns into one fluid motion. And then after that, you don't think about it anymore. And then you're just thinking about how quick I can make it happen, how I can make it snap. So I'm gonna go through the whole motion and tap it. Boom, just like that, and then I'm gonna switch. My partner's gonna kick.
See, it didn't look like he was putting a lot of effort in that, but dude, he moved my hand.
It's just a whipping action. Boom, nice. And then we switch. So we're just gonna go back and forth, hold it sideways. Just like that. Switching. Nice. Let's put just a little more force into it.
Okay.
There we go. Nice, good. All right. There you go. Hopefully you guys can hear that. We're tapping. We're not hitting so hard that our wrists are gonna like get hyperextended because you're working with your partner. Boom. All right, let's switch over to some paddles. So that's with mitts. Boom. Now we both have a paddle. We're holding it in the right hand. All right, so my partner's holding this paddle out. This emulates, you know, a kick coming from the ground up. So I'm gonna kick, And these make a little more noise. They give you a little more feedback. And then you get all excited. Oh yeah, I hit that really good. Nice. All right, now I want you to do one more thing while we're practicing this kick, and that is breathing out when you kick. The release of energy. There's a feedback loop that you create when you yell or you ki, what's called ki, in a martial art. It's a feedback loop. When you yell, you hear it. Everyone else hears it. When you hear it, it pumps you up and it gives you more energy. There's like a whole psychology to this, okay? It's not just about, oh, I'm gonna make noise to look cool, and a lot of people will teach, you make noise to scare your opponent, like, ah! You know, like you're gonna really scare them. The feedback is for you. It pumps you up. So when I yell, ah!
I have heard that before.
Yes.
And about the scaring your enemy thing, and I like your explanation way a lot better.
Yep, it's all about psychology, and you're pumping yourself up to put more energy. And I guarantee you, if you yell or breathe out really loud when you kick, there's going to be more force delivered to the target.
I can already feel it.
Yeah! There you go. And then I'm going to switch. Notice how I'm switching up and get all bouncy. Oh! There we go. Woo! There we go. I'm gonna do one nice and slow. Fix my belt. So we're here, chamber. Boom. Here's the target. It's this extension, and I whip it. The last second, I'm just delivering the force right there. And like a whip, like the end of a whip, it snaps, and then I bring it back. Nice. You go, oh!
Definitely can feel it better when I say a few words like, come on!
Yep, and some people you'll hear, they'll say, ice! I've heard that a lot.
Ice?
Yeah.
Ice, ice,
Ice!
Princess!
Nice.
Ice
All right.
princess. There we go.
So hopefully you guys feel good about the groin kick. We'll step back into the frame. Because I want to walk towards the camera, but at the same time we walk out of frame. So that is basic groin kick, all right? Now let's move on to front push kick, okay? Put these down. All right, we just went over groin kick. Now we're gonna go from our chamber, and we're gonna make a slight detour with our foot, and it's gonna do something completely different, okay? So Soubanh is just gonna face me. I'm not gonna make contact with him. He's just there as like a target, so you guys can see. So now we got our push kick, okay? Push kick is the second kick that I used to teach in any of the classes if I had a new person join. So we fall back into our fighting stance. Boom, you guys got this already. We get our chamber. This is gonna be the same exact chamber. We're gonna drive off the floor as we always do. Hip turns in, knee comes up. There's only one difference. The knee doesn't stop here for a push kick. The knee comes up, boom, comes up here. So I'm gonna come up, knee, our chamber is gonna be way up here. Okay, we're gonna actually almost bounce it off of our chest. Knee comes up. And what's gonna happen? Boom, I'm coming up like that. That's our chamber. I want you guys to practice this. Try to get your knee to get towards your chest, just like that. And then what's gonna happen next is when I extend, knee comes up, my foot goes out, and my heel goes forward. Okay? Knee comes up, I'm driving off the floor. I extend, the heel goes forward, and I push. Okay? When I extend and start pushing, it's with my hip. So when I'm driving off the floor, this is where it's very important to drive off the floor. I'm throwing my entire body forward. Okay. During instruction, you'll see the instructor do this, 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 and then retract. But in reality, it's when you drive off the floor, you're driving your body, your mass forward to get some momentum and put some juice behind it. So I want my body to come forward as I'm kicking, and I'm gonna start pushing with my hip, and my entire body's still moving forward. I'm gonna drive with my hip and start pushing, so I actually end up ahead of where I am. Just throwing our body forward. So we're here in fighting stance. I'm driving off the floor, pushing forward, make contact, push, and I end up further ahead, okay? And I'll have you step out of the way real quick. If you see this kick without a target, it's going to be driving up and pushing forward. See how much I moved? Let me come back over here. Here, drive up, push. We're pushing with our heel. See how much distance I just covered? That's my body mass going into the target. So you can only imagine the heel, you know, like this big, pushing through something with, you know, a 200-pound person or 160-pound person behind that heel. Okay, now let me have you do it. I'll walk you through it. I'm gonna stand right here. Okay, you got your fighting stance, widen that up a little bit. So this back leg's gonna come out here and bring that in. Good, now you're gonna chamber. I'm gonna stand just like this. And then chamber up a couple of times. Boom, bring it down. Nice, and on the third one, bring it up and put your heel right here. Boom.
Oh.
Except bring it from when you chamber up.
Yeah, I didn't move forward.
I want you to push.
Okay, yep.
Boom. He kind of came up straight leg. Did you guys see what he did?
I did.
Okay. When you guys do it, this is great that you did that. This is a good talking point. Okay. When he did that, he kind of came up and did this and just kind of laid it there. It was kind of like straight leg.
Mm-hmm.
This is all about you're chambering up like this. If I could like hold my leg up there, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Just to be able to hold my leg up. But I'm going to try to bounce my knee up by my chest.
Oh.
And it's all about getting that heel ready, and then you're pushing.
I'm not flexible enough again, so it's gonna take a few.
All right, let's try it again. Stand here.
It's still straight.
So bring your body towards me. There you go. That's much better. That was great. Nose one more time. There you go. All right, so let's move into another tool. This is called the blast shield. Okay. If you don't have one of these, use your partner. Don't use your pet for this.
No, don't use Fido.
You can take a pillow. Take a pillow. I wouldn't use a pillow. Oh, it's not good enough. So I'm going to put you right here, and this just gives a lot of foam. So if I want to kick hard, I can. So the secret to this is trying to match the center of his body to where you're going to kick. So I'm going to drive off the floor, chamber, and then I'm going to drive my foot into that blast shield. And the blast shield is just there so you guys can see some kind of contact. I come up, boom, and I push. Now notice how I bounced off? That's because I wasn't throwing my body into it. So if you're instructing and you're kicking, and if you do this in real life, and you're like, oh yeah, I do this, you know, you're going to go back. You got a little mass to them, you know, you're not going to just plow through them, it's just staying there. So I have to go forward. I have to come in and now I can kind of resist that clash of the two moving objects, or one moving object against a still object. Immovable force, irresistible object.
Oh, you're so irresistible.
Ah! All right, so I'm going to try to push him and get it in the center. So you'll see the mechanics of this. Boom. That's the push kick. Use your heel. Don't use your toes first. That's a whole other kick. Front snap kick. We'll do that in a minute. So I'm chambering. Boom. And I'm going to come up. And notice I put a little snap in there too.
Mouth guard on that.
Okay. I think he signed. Did you sign a liability waiver?
No liability waiver signed, so I can sue the heck out of
Oh!
anybody.
All right. I'm going to hit him a little lower so All right. Chamber again. Keep practicing this because it's all about practicing this over and over. Chamber. Push. Okay. Now I'm going to really throw my body, so brace for this.
Sure.
I'll probably mess up. I'll probably go off to the side. But I'm going to drive off the floor from way over here.
Oh boy. Did you just see a novice Asian man fly off the screen?
Now, were you acting or did you actually play?
You got me out of there, man. I'm just glad I didn't bump into anything.
All right, now I'm holding for you. So you can get
Oh
me back.
boy.
Now you can pay me back for that.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be the same.
All right, I'm gonna hold for you this way. You do your right leg. So go through it one step at a time. So this is for you guys too. So that's why Soubang's, he volunteered to do this so he could be a student and then allow you guys to go through this a little longer. There you go. So do it one step at a time. So chamber, set your heel on there and just kind of give me a little push.
That was straight.
Yep. You want to come up and bend. There you go. That was good. Ah, I'm feeling that. Gonna send me flying. Here we go. So one, I'm gonna make note. See how I'm turning this way and sometimes this way when he kicks? It's just slightly off my center. That's why that's happening. So you want to really get that right in the center of the mass.
Ah, shoot, that was not way up.
Boom, one more. There, see you threw your weight on that. You came up a little stiff-legged.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other ways to do that. So that's front push kick. Hopefully everyone's got that. We're gonna go over front snap kick real quick here and we'll move this along so we can get up to spin hook. There's a lot of kicks that we're gonna cover.
Right.
Okay? Same thing, I'll even have you follow along with me, right? Okay, I'll have you face the opposite way, so if my instruction is good, you'll be able to do it without even seeing it. So we're gonna fall back into our fighting stance. Boom. We're gonna start our chamber, same chamber, exact chamber. We're gonna drive off the floor, knee comes up, okay? And at this point, we're gonna start taking our toes and bringing them up, okay? And pushing the ball of our foot towards the floor, okay? Because that's our target, the part of our foot that's gonna hit the target, okay? So now let's bring the chamber back down. This is where it differs, okay? Driving off the floor, knee comes up. We're gonna start bringing our toes upward and pushing the ball of our foot forward. And notice where my heel is. I'm starting to pull my heel up towards my calf, okay? You guys get a hint at what's gonna happen here. The next time we're gonna extend, in the part of the foot we're gonna hit with is the ball of the foot. That's where the front snap kick comes in. So the front snap kick, we can hit to the solar plexus, okay? You can hit to the chin, to the face, to the nose, whatever you can make contact with, okay? So we're gonna chamber again, chamber. We've pushed the ball of our foot out, pulled our toes up, heels kind of coming up, and now we're gonna extend, but now we're gonna point the ball of our foot towards the target, just like that. Boom, and then retract it, and then bring it back to chamber. So the idea of the front snap is to get that ball of the foot into the target. And if you do this right, if you align everything right, it's a small bone, and it really hurts when you get hit with it. So people that are really good at this, ouch, okay? Now I have you turn around and face me, and I just want to open you up so you're standing there, okay? So solar plexus area, okay, right below where the rib cage meets, and the face area, I'm gonna go more for the solar plexus, so it'll be a little easier. So I'm gonna chamber, knee comes up, notice the ball of my foot, and then I'm going boom, right here. This is my target. Now the heel's pretty big bone, so if I'm gonna push, you get the heel and kind of the top of my foot, so it's a big surface area, so you're pushing, you know. But with the ball of your foot, it's more like you're stabbing somebody, and it really hurts. So you're coming up, boom, and then ball of your foot, and that goes in, boom. And if you hit by the rib cage, owie, 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 okay? So we'll do this a couple times, chambering, driving off the floor, and you'll hear me say this a million times, okay? Driving off the floor, hip turning in, boom, knee comes up. See, this is gonna set the tempo for the entire kick. Boom, and then comes right out of the sternum. So we're here, drive, chamber, boom, solar plexus, okay? And then if you wanted to go by the face, if he's sitting there, you can go by the face. You're gonna drive up at an angle. So, chamber, boom, ball of your foot coming out. Now, let's do this flash. So with this, all we do is with whatever target, I'm gonna show you a slight angle down like this. So it emulates kind of the body, and we get that target. So I'm gonna chamber up, ball of my foot, and I'm gonna go in. And it's like a stabbing motion, it really is. So here, chamber, and then I'm gonna kind of come upward.
I definitely felt that difference. So.
Like it was more,
like it's more of a stab.
more
Yeah, for sure.
precise.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna put a little more force behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here.
So just imagine someone giving you a back massage, stepping on your back with a flat foot versus on the balls of their feet. That's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, look at the ball of my foot. It's a much smaller bone, if you can see that. Keep to the screen. Look at that, I'm driving that in there. Okay. So, but the mechanics are the same. So far, we've had the same kind of chamber on all of these. Okay, here, I'm gonna go ahead and make contact again. Boom, I just came up at an angle like this. Even if he holds it straight, like this, you should be able to throw your body into it and stab into it, okay? And the same thing for, high to the face, okay? The biggest thing with this is learning how to get your toes back and pushing the ball of your foot forward and getting your heel back. You got to align everything. If you don't align everything just right, you'll hurt yourself. You've got to align everything so that when you do make contact, your joints are perfectly aligned to absorb that energy into your shin bone and up into your leg. Okay, one more that I'm going to let you hold. So here. And it's a pretty cool stabbing motion. All right, Soubanh. Let's see what you got.
A lot of instructions on that one.
Okay, now, so the first move is this chamber.
Okay.
And then when you chamber, I want you to hold it. Okay. Try to hold your knee up. And then ball of the foot goes down, the heel comes up, and the toes come up. There you go. And now go retract again and set it down on the ground. And bring it up in the chamber again. Boom. Ball of the foot goes down, heel comes up. And just try to get used to that. Coming up just like that.
Like you're wearing high heels.
Just like you're wearing high heels. Good one. So if you wear high heels, you'll be used to this already.
Don't ask me how I know.
He may have tried some of them. All right. Chamber in, ball of foot down, heel up.
You can't see because my
All right, good.
pants are a little long.
Now this time extend and see if you can just place the ball of your foot on the target. I'm going to leave it at an angle. Nice. Can you hold it up then? All right, bring it down. Quadricep, Charlie horse.
Charlie horse.
All right, now go ahead and make contact. Just like drive it in there.
Okay.
I'm going to move my face out of the way. Oh, that moved me.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got me. Here we go. Woo! That was just slightly off center.
Yep.
That was good. Right in the center. How do you feel with that?
I felt good.
Feel good? You
Felt centered.
Felt centered?
Yeah.
Nice.
That last one.
So you're throwing your mask.
Little, shout there at the end helped a little bit too.
All right, yeah, throw a key up in there.
Yeah. I went back
Popping
on
just
that.
a little bit.
Yeah, I went
but
back
he's
on
got,
that one. I went
he's
back
got
on
it
that
down.
one.
All right, so we've done groin kick.
Yeah.
We've done push kick.
Uh-huh.
And we've done front snap kick.
Yeah.
Now let's do the famous
Roundhouse.
roundhouse. Everybody wants to know roundhouse. Roundhouse. Okay, here's roundhouse. I'll have you step back just a little bit. You got the same fighting stance. I'm showing you from the side because it's very easy for you to see from the side, and I'll even turn back too in a second here. So we got our fighting stance. Roundhouse is all about a hip turn and a pivot on your foot. Okay, and we're gonna hit with the same part of our foot, which is the instep. Okay. This is our contact area so far in Taekwondo. We're not like Muay Thai or MMA where we're going to try to hit with the shin. Taekwondo is very precise. It's about points. You can shift it to the shin later, but for now we're going for the traditional, sport style instep target strike. So here I got my fighting stance, okay, and then I'm going to chamber just like I did. Man, this chamber is coming in every single time, that same chamber. So if you get this foundation right of this chamber, driving off the floor, okay, coming up, that's your chamber for all these kicks so far. I've chambered. Now the difference is here, again, just like on the groin kick, I'm gonna point my toes to the floor because I'm opening up my instep. From here, I've got to pivot. I've got to turn on the ball of my foot on the floor and then keep my knee pointed towards the target, just like this. And one of the analogies that one of my instructors told me was think of yourself as a dog peeing over a fire hydrant. Okay?
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, so if I'm facing you guys, and I'm here, I pivot, and my knee is facing the target. My instep's ready to go, and I'm basically balancing, okay? Back two, from here, chamber, and then I pivot. Knee facing the target. Boom, just like that, okay? The next move is obviously the extension. You guys know this by now if you're watching this video. I'm here pushing off, driving off the floor, and I'll have you open your arms, okay? Hit him, bam, bam. So the idea of the roundhouse is we can't strike forward. So we need to go around the limbs. He may be blocking here, his chest, and we need to get around and hit to the side of the body. I'm gonna go around, or even if he's, blocking his sides, like this, we wanna go around the shoulders and hit him in the head. So we're going around the body. We're not going, there's a lot of traditional strikes that are straight ahead. We got this, we got our push kick, we got our front snap kick, boom. All of those are direct, straight on. This is the first one that we want to get out to the side because, man, they're doing all these cross blocks and they're like maybe they're moving to the side and we're getting deflected off. So now we just want to come in and smack from the side. So arms up here. So I'm going to chamber, just like we did a million times before already in this video. Toes pointing down, I'm going to pivot. Boom. My knee is still directed at the target. So when I pivot, the ball of my foot, my heel is turned more towards the target. Now when I extend, I'm extending so my instep hits the side of the target. Boom, just like this. Extend, boom, boom, okay? And then when I retract, I'm gonna retract and try to bring it all the way back, or when I retract, I'm gonna retract and drop it straight down. That's the efficiency. So if I hit, boom, I want to get down, maybe I can start doing some other stuff. Okay, so let me show you back two. So I'm going to put Soubanh in front of me, and his arms are going to be up. So this is what you would see. Boom, boom. You'd see my foot come right around here. I'm going to put you over here now. Right up against here. Now I'm here. Back two, I'm going to chamber, drive up. So you see my knee come up, and then I pivot. And extend and hit the target. Extending out, just like that. And the same thing with every other kick, thank you, is that you start throwing your mass into it, okay? When I chamber, I'm turning in, and I'm starting to use this pivot from the floor, from the momentum I get off the floor, to help me turn. Boom. Okay, so you're adding that momentum that you are creating by using the floor as a tool, okay, for your chamber. So you gotta just think about what you're doing. Boom, I'm here, chamber, I'm already kind of turning from my hip, and it all turns into one motion. I start to bring my knee up, and I'm starting to pivot through the motion, and then I end it with a whip. I snap it right at the end. Snap. And then I can just drop it down and go right to the floor.
And there goes my ribs. I'll need some spare ribs after that.
Some spare ribs.
So the chamber effect you're talking about is actually the act of pushing off the floor. That's called chambering?
Yeah. Well, no, you're using the tool to get the chamber started. The chambering is actually this part here.
That part there, okay. But you're using the floor to push off of to get
into the chamber. And that's
it.
a good point. Thank you, Soubanh.
No problem.
For saying that. A lot of us take for granted that mechanical action of getting it started, and that is when you break these kicks down, you have to kind of slice them into steps, but they're really not steps. It's all one fluid motion. So if you see a roundhouse, it's not going to be like this. That's not how a roundhouse looks. A roundhouse is like this. It's all one motion. So eventually, when you learn all the steps, you start to flow. You'd never see somebody go boom, boom. Oh yeah, I got you, sucker. What's up now? What up now? You want to go? So that push off the floor, just remember that is the start of the chamber. Okay? You want to get yourself started. And this sets the tone, like I said, this sets the tone for the rest of the kick. If you do a really slow chamber, the rest of your kick's going to be slow. I mean, yeah, you can hop around, but
Then people can just...
then just go like this. Well, I've seen this in tournaments. What's up? What's up? I've seen that. I hate that. Hate it. All right, so roundhouse. It's all about this pivot. I'm going to show you this pivot. I wish we had like a camera guy that can like zoom into my feet, but this is good. You can see, you should be able to see my foot. I'm gonna pick this foot up. Just watch my foot. Don't look at the rest of my body. So when I pivot, boom, you'll see my heel turn to face the target. Okay. Very important. I've seen people try to do this, and they keep their foot where it is, and they end up doing this number. They look like this.
I think even the Rockettes have better kicks than that.
Because your ankle is the only thing allowing you to turn. You're literally stressing the tissue in the ankle. Boom, just like that. So you have to pivot, heel faces the target.
I bet you if you dissect the Rockettes' kicks, that they pivot their feet too.
I bet they do. You have to. So we're gonna do this. Actually, let's do this with our hamstrings. I'm gonna show. I've got the paddles here.
Right?
So you're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna put it out just like this. Okay. So when we kick with the roundhouse, we want to emulate the torso of a person. So give a little like, you know, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They have lats, and they have that like Arnold Schwarzenegger
The V shape?
V shape, you know. So we're gonna give that angle right there. And if you can't see it, it's kind of like an angle like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And that emulates, you know, the torso, the side of the torso. So if I'm facing my target, I have to know my distance. So maybe I'll measure it. Boom. And I'm going to do my chamber, up, pivot, and then I'm going to extend, instep hits the target, I retract, bring it down to the floor, or after I hit, if I'm really good and I got good balance, I can bring it all the way back to the back. So if you've got a partner, practice it this way. You both switch, okay? I will go through the motion, pow, tap, and you drop, and then bring it back, and then I'll hold for my partner. Then I'm going to put my hand out.
Okay.
And you hit me in the wrist.
Oh, wrist. That was a risky move.
Hit me in the wrist. Okay. My hand out. Close.
Close.
One more. Boom. He's getting closer. All right, let's go back and forth a couple of times. So he's got his hand out. I'm going to come up, tap that hand, bring it down, and then we'll just switch. Nice. That was like really accurate. Here. There. Remember, you're hitting somebody's hand, so go light until you get paddles out. Here we go. And then start playing around. You know, bounce. Switch feet a couple times. You know, get some kind of flow going. You know, you got to be at ease with your body mechanics.
Didn't I hear good dancers make good warriors too somewhere?
I bet they do. Caballero, man. Boom. And then when you get comfortable, you start adding your flair, your style. Boom, nice. That was good. Basic roundhouse. Let's show you on some paddles. This is where it gets really cool. These paddles are made to give feedback with the noise that they make. So holding is just as important, so we have to give that same torso angle. You're holding like this for your partner. Okay, I'll start first, and I'm just gonna keep hold of the paddle. And go easy with your partner.
Sure.
So you hear the noise, it's feedback.
Yep.
When you know you got a good kick.
I think I threw something on that one.
Did you pull a muscle?
I don't think I pivoted.
Okay,
Very well.
so we got this.
Yeah.
Let me do it real slow. Roundhouse again. Drive off the floor. Chamber. Pivot. And then I'm going to extend, hit the target, retract it, maybe drop it, hit the target, and bring it all the way back. Okay. And remember, when you get this whole flowing motion, you're whipping your foot at the end. So bringing it up, snapping it. Bringing it up, snapping it. Can you hold that out again?
Sure.
That little snap, I dare say it works better than when you try to like bulldoze through it. and you try to do this number, you're like, you know, like I'm gonna put all my energy behind this, just snap it. Boom. It sends that energy wave right through the body.
I feel almost the same amount of power, if not more, just with a snap.
It's crazy.
So there we go.
So just go through the motion nice and slow. Boom. Great. Nice. All right, let's show. I'm going to spend a little extra time on this roundhouse because it's a very difficult kick. I'm coming in at an angle, so we're going to come in at a 45-degree angle to give you a little different view. So I'm here, chamber, pivot, extend, and drop it. Okay? And then I'll go faster. Boom. Notice how I turned it into one fluid motion. Here. Boom. And now I'll go a little quicker. And now I'll add the key up. You got to pump yourself up. You really got to pump yourself up so you're here. All right, now let's put you over here. I'm gonna hold for you. Hold for me. Yep, hold for you. Nice. One more. Great. Now let me do this back two, directly back two. So I'm gonna be right here. So you guys can get all the angles and you can look at my butt too while I'm doing this.
Don't have any thoughts. He's taking.
This is just to show you guys. I don't know if I can get all my feet right in the frame. Okay. But I'm here. You're going to see the chamber, the pivot, and the extension, and then a drop. Okay. So here, chamber, pivot, extend, drop, and then I'm going to add some speed. Ow! Okay. Now let me have it come right over here. And just slightly this way. All right, another angle. This is super important because the roundhouse has got a lot of body mechanics to it. Chamber, pivot, extend, and drop. Okay, here, flow, boom, coming back. Remember, you're driving off the floor, and it turns into one fluid motion. I'm going to turn as I drive off the floor, and it's going to help me pivot. Okay, I'm here. I drive, my hip turns in, and it helps me pivot. And notice how the power is getting more and more.
And just to show your belt is coming apart.
See, fix the uniform.
All right.
And one more with this. All right, so that's roundhouse. It's going to take a lot of practice. It takes a lot of time to become efficient at roundhouse. Now, we're going to do 2 roundhouses. So we're going to escalate from 1 roundhouse to 2, which is called a double kick. Okay, once you learn 1 roundhouse, you learn to do 2. And then we'll do fast kick or front leg roundhouse. Okay, so I'm gonna show Soubanh real quick how to hold for this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold out like this, and then you're gonna instantly switch over like this. So you're gonna step back.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, if you're in a school and you're a holder, not only hold the stitches straight towards your opponent, but holding is just as important as kicking. If you're not a good holder, your partner's not going to be able to kick well. Okay, so when you're doing these drills, if you're in a school and you're just learning, make sure that when you start learning how to hold, you're gauging the distance of your partner's legs, and you're stepping back as much as they need to get their next kick. Okay, I'm not going to just stand here and do this unless they want me to. Okay. Boom, boom, get out of the way. You gotta really flow with it. Okay.
It's almost like a dance, huh?
It is a dance. You gotta be in tune with your partner, just like somebody holding for, boxing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 1 roundhouse on one side. I'm gonna chamber, boom, pivot, kick, and this is my saying. I made this up for the kids. Don't drop till you hop. So right from here, this is an advanced kick. Okay. This leg that I just kicked with does not touch the ground until I hop off the leg that's on the ground and I kick with my next foot. So you've already stepped back. I'm still here. Like this is all like Matrix. So now on the other foot, I'm actually gonna hop. I'm gonna switch my legs, turn my torso, and kick to the other side. This is called the double kick, okay? So I step back. So we got our target, our first target. Boom, I kick it. I don't drop this leg till I hop. Don't drop till you hop. So that's double kick, okay? We're just doing 2 roundhouses, one right after the other, okay? So we start to make it flow. Boom, boom. There you go. Boom. Ah. Okay, now you're gonna step back a little faster.
Sure.
So I'm here, I'm gonna kick.
Yep.
And after a while, when you get in sync with your partner, it'll start flowing really well. Because normally what you do is when you're doing this drill, you're basically like this. It's very fast. You're hitting that first one and instantly going to the second one. So let's see how fast you can transition. So what I do is hold this slightly bent, right to your chest, and you're gonna step back really fast, just go boom.
Okay.
So we'll try. You're here. Ow! And you're learning my leg distance too.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Yeah.
Ow! Ow! He's getting closer. He's getting closer. Ready?
Oh. Yeah, you're a little higher on the second kick.
See how your arm's coming up?
Yeah.
So that's double kick. Super easy, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Easy. So you're basically, all the oldies.
Sure.
So double kick from this front view. Boom, you throw your roundhouse. Don't drop till you hop. Okay? This leg does not touch the ground till you hop off the other leg. Kick to the other side. Boom, then you drop it. Okay? So you can center up with me. Throw those off to the side. We'll do a couple towards the camera. From our fighting stance, chamber up, hit it, extend out, retract. Now we're gonna hop and do the same thing on the other side. Hop, boom, kick, and then drop. Double kick. Let's try it a little quicker, okay? So we're gonna do our flow, snap, snap. Just like that. Getting it?
Yeah. Balance.
So we're gonna chamber up, kick, and then hop and turn. Boom, and kick again. Now let's go a little quicker. So we're gonna chamber up.
Lost me on that one.
Yep, so the way we speed this up is we turn, kick, and as soon as we do this, we're already thinking about turning and kicking the other way.
All right, let's try that again.
So we're here, chamber kick, hit. And some people will not put a lot of effort in this first kick. It's just kind of there, almost like they turn their hip and pretend they're gonna kick, and then they throw the next kick. So you'll see this a lot. But
it's actually 2 kicks.
It's 2 kicks. It's supposed to be 2 kicks. But you can get away with that because if the person, your opponent is moving around and they're like this, and you just want to get that on the side, it doesn't matter. Okay, so just practice those as 2 kicks and then change it up as you need it. So you're here, chamber, kick, kick. Boom, drop. Everybody got this at home? Everybody throwing double kicks?
The great thing is you can rewatch this video.
Yeah, super easy. Let me do one facing away from the camera. So here I'm in my chamber. I'm going to throw my first double, boom, my first roundhouse on the right. Don't drop till you hop. Okay? So as soon as I chamber, kick, I jump, and you can exaggerate this at first. I jump and turn to kick the other side. Here, kick, hop, kick. And then a little quicker. Boom. Super easy, don't even worry about it. Whew. All right.
I think several lessons
Yes.
and replays, it will become easier.
If you guys want some more detailed explanation of all these kicks, because we're running through all these kicks, and I think I'm spending a pretty good amount of time on each one. But if you want more explanation, just let me know through YouTube or Facebook, and we'll do like a tutorial on just that kick. Okay, now let's go to fast kick. Fast kick is cool because it's fast. So fast kick gets its name because it gets you to the target quicker, because you're kicking with the leg that's in front of you, not the leg that's behind you. So it requires a little footwork, okay, a little body mechanics. So I'm gonna actually demonstrate with my left, okay, so that you guys can see, and I'm gonna turn Soubanh, so we're in what's called an open stance, okay. If both of our bodies are facing the same direction, this is called open stance. If I am facing one direction and my opponent's facing the other, we call this closed stance, okay. So I'm gonna be in open stance. My left leg is in front, and technically it's closer to my target. It is closer. Okay?
It's probably like 2.5 feet closer to me.
Taekwondo is all about efficiency. It's about, or at least a sport style, it's about getting from A to B as fast as possible. That's why there's no, like karate style chambers will sometimes come up like this, like the Roundhouse. Might actually start here, and I know a lot of karate guys are going to give me a bunch of crap now. But I've seen this a lot, you know, because I've cross-trained with a lot of different karate people. And sometimes their kicks come from here. Yeah, it's good. So it's a little slower, okay? But I see that the premise is to get more power. You know, oh yeah, I'm gonna really plow through you. Boom. Okay, well Taekwondo is about everything looks the same. And this is way faster. You know, to your eyes, if I chamber like this, do you know what I'm gonna kick with?
No, not really. Could be either.
I could turn that into a roundhouse, right? I could front snap kick. I could side kick.
Yeah, side kick too.
Okay, chamber. I could axe kick. Okay, I mean, Taekwondo. This is the view that you have in the ring. You know, this. What's coming? What's coming? Oh, just got you at the other side. So that is something really cool that I respect about Taekwondo, the efficiency. Okay, so we are.
He's an IT guy, so efficiency is important.
Yes, yes, all these details are.
Me, it's all about the beautifulness of photography, you know, just the visuals. Oh, that looks pretty. No.
So you would like wushu, kung fu.
Do a little hidden tiger, you know, was it crouching tiger, hidden dragon thing?
That's right.
Fly in the air.
So fast kick.
Okay.
My left leg forward. Okay. I need to get this instep to that body as efficiently, as fast as possible. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to skip in a little bit. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to take my back leg and I'll bring it, my back foot, I'm going to replace my front foot with it. And at the same time I do that, I'm going to chamber this left leg. I'm going to chamber the kicking leg, just like we do other chamber. So I'm going to keep my hands up so you can see everything. I'm just going to go like this. That's it. This is the chamber. I'm driving off the back leg, but I'm just doing this replace thing. I'm taking my back foot and replacing the front foot with it. And at the same time I get the chamber. And look, I'm right here. Pa! That's how fast it is. Okay? So rather than do a rear leg roundhouse, look, I gotta come all the way from here. Pa! Which could be pretty quick.
But you're pretty quick.
I mean, it could be fast. But this is also fast.
Yes.
I'm already there. And if we're close enough, I don't even have to skip in. I just go. I'm like, hello, I'm here. So fast kick is more about, you know, the front leg. And if you skip in, technically it's called a fast kick. If you're close enough, I've heard this called an up ball. It's just from the floor up. You're just doing this number. Little front roundhouse. Okay. So we're gonna practice skipping in. So we're here, and I want you guys to shift your weight slightly forward. Don't do this, don't telegraph it. But when you're practicing, you have to exaggerate. Okay. So we're gonna shift our weight slightly forward, and then we're gonna take the weight off our rear leg, and then skip. Skip. Bring the knee up. So we're here, and practice is like a pendulum. Skip. 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 And if somebody tunes in right now,
They think we're
and all they
dancing.
see is this, they're gonna go, oh, that's an awesome Taekwondo class. I can't wait to be instructed by those guys.
Those guys are serious.
That's right. So we'll do this again. This time I'll do fighting stance. So if somebody tunes in, skip. So I'm shifting my weight forward. So I need to throw my mass forward because I want to get close to you. Because the opponent is never going to be standing there. If he comes towards me, if I see you come towards me, go ahead and approach me. I'm going to slice back. I'm going to use my footwork to get out of the way. So you need to be prepared to move forward. So we need to get that, our body's moving. I'm going to drive off the floor and skip so I can get closer to the target. Okay? So remember your chamber. We're going to push, replace, chamber. And then what do we got to do? We got to pivot. We got to pivot. And then we extend just like we did in the normal roundhouse. Hit the target, retract, and drop it. Easy as that. Okay? Let's see if you've got it. Go ahead and I'll give you this target here.
So this way.
Go ahead and switch your feet.
So it's that way?
Yep. Skip in, tap, boom, perfect. Nice. So I'm assuming everybody else at home has got this because this is the first time I think he's ever done
This is the first time ever. It's a dancing thing.
Is that a good analogy?
Good dancers make good martial artists.
Yep. If you're flowy.
I'm not saying I'm a good dancer. I just,
Soccer players are awesome at Taekwondo.
Are they?
If you're a soccer player out there, Facebook fans, YouTube, I've had a lot of soccer players come into my classes and they take the kick.
Footwork.
It's instant for them.
The footwork.
They pick up on it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do a couple back and forth. So Soubanh and I are going to go into what's called the closed stance, what I explained earlier. And we're just going to kind of go back and forth with this fast kick. So I'll kick him first, just tap him here so you guys can see it, and then he's going to tap me. So you're going to see us go kind of back and forth. This is a drill that you would do in Taekwondo. So we're here in our
I love drills. By the way, I love drills. Drills will get you in the flow. And I remember doing drills for other things, but especially in Taekwondo, you have muscle memory. When the time comes, you just know what to do just by thinking about it.
That's right. So we're here facing each other. We've already learned a few kicks, so by now we've got some style to us.
Okay.
We're bouncing around, right? We're like, woohoo, we're flowy, like that Mortal Kombat game where we're just flowing around. Okay? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to on my forward flow, whatever I'm doing, I can be just bouncing around. I'm going to do that skip motion, boom, and just tap. Just tap your partner, tap the lamp, tap whatever you got. Do it in the air.
Don't tap the lamp.
Tap the lamp, knock it over. So I'm going to even play with my distance and see if I can skip from a further distance.
Ooh, that's a far distance. That's about what, 6 feet?
Yeah,
5, 6 feet.
We're playing around. I'm going to throw my weight forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to skip, boom, and come in.
Yeah.
I've even got more space to work with. There you go. So you got that skip going on.
I went beyond where my foot was, my front foot.
If you fall, I'm going to laugh. If he falls on this tutorial, it's going to be I might fall.
Well, hey, it's just proof that I'm a newbie. That's all it is. Just proof.
So I'll go through this slow. Here, I'm throwing my motion, skip, pivot, extend, boom. And then as you get better, it turns into that one motion with a snap at the end. Nice.
Don't want to cut you because I can't trust myself yet.
You're doing good. Nice. That was all toes. We used to, when we were in class, we used to try to get each other in the armpits and see how loud we can make that smack in the armpit.
Can you make that fart noise with your armpit too?
You can.
Is that what you do during class?
Yeah. You do that.
That used to be the goal of mine as a kid, is to make fart noises with my armpit.
So before we go back and forth with the paddle real quick, I just want to show you guys from the front, okay, that front kick, you're seeing this. This is the chamber. This is what you're seeing if you're facing the person. And then, oh, it's too late. You just got smacked. Okay. So you got rear leg roundhouse. This is rear leg coming from the rear, chamber, kick. And then front fast kick. So little difference. I mean, some people could argue that Takes about the same time.
That was the kick that kid that was learning, was showing Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon how to do the kick. Well, Bruce Lee was teaching him, you know. That was what it was. It was a fast kick. The kid
Was it a fast kick?
It was a fast kick.
Now I have to watch that movie to see.
Enter the Dragon, beginning scene, Bruce Lee just finishes his practice with the Shaolin monks, and the kid comes up to him, and you gotta watch the movie. Enter the Dragon, classic, check it out.
And I didn't know Taekwondo back then, so I wouldn't have known what I was looking at. But once you learn, like every movie that I ever watched prior, like all the Van Damme movies, you know, all the old martial arts Chinese movies, I was like, oh, I know how to do that, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I viewed all those things so different, because you know how to do them. It's really cool. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're both gonna kick with the right. So I'm gonna be out here, and I'm gonna hold with my right. So we got your front, and remember that angle, that torso angle? Remember this? Torso angle. So now we're just gonna skip it and we're gonna kick. We're gonna see how efficient we are. So just like that, and I'm gonna actually tap it. Does that seem faster than this?
That was faster. You show it that way.
Yep, if I do a full speed, or which one's faster?
I think it's slightly faster, but you're so good at both. You definitely-
There's an argument that they're both the same speed,
Yeah.
but this front leg one is called fast kick because it's physically closer and it's faster to get to the target. So, and then I'm gonna hold for you and see. And you get your distance. You judge your distance for your leg length. I'm gonna hold right here. You might have to back up more.
Yeah.
There you go. And all I have to do is stay right here and you hold out. Nice.
I got baby slap going. You got mama slap, mama bear slap.
At least you're accurate. You're hitting the target.
I'm trying to hit the target. Yeah.
And then this was a thing with all the holders in class is that as they got excited and as they were kicking, the paddle would go straight up and down like this. Or too far over. So you give them that 45.
45. Ow! So you got to be a math magician to actually hold these.
You're just
Hold these.
attuned. It's experience. All right, let's show this side.
Oh, hello.
How you doing?
Hey,
Sorry to interrupt.
no problem.
Here.
Ow!
All right, had a visitor. But that's okay. That's what happens when you do live events. And from the back, I'm going to turn you. Actually, let's get you over here.
Okay.
Okay, slight angle. We're playing with the camera angles. Okay, I'm here, fast kick. Let me show you regular roundhouse. I'm here. And then fast kick from the front. Okay, just give me a slight difference.
A little difference.
Little difference.
I feel like there's a little difference there.
Okay, well let's go from roundhouse to side kick, okay? The side kick's gonna be a little different. Roundhouse, practice that like a million times. As soon as I do side kick, I'm gonna go back to roundhouse, I'm gonna do a spinning roundhouse, AKA not a bomb.
We're gonna have to round up. Too close.
Okay, we're gonna go through this really fast.
Okay, because it's almost 6. Okay. Ready. Okay. You need me to hold this?
Okay, this is holder, straight up and down. Real quick, side kick. Our chamber, okay, same chamber. We're gonna drive off the floor, and then we're gonna pivot, just like we did for roundhouse, except this time, we're not gonna point our toes forward. We're gonna pivot, and we're gonna point our heel towards the target. Our knee no longer is like this, pointed at the target. It's the heel that points at the target, because we wanna extend and drive our heel into the target, okay? So we're here, we're gonna chamber up, pivot over, and point our heel towards the target. And at the same time, again, we're throwing our body mass forward. But here, we're gonna twist our hip down towards the floor as we extend. So I twist towards the floor, extend, and really drive my heel, lining it up with my shin bone and the rest of my leg to my hip, all the way up to my upper body.
Do you want to try it on the other side so you can actually
Yep.
see? You can,
And come over here a little more.
yeah, sure.
So we're here, I'm chambering, pivot, and notice my knee is not like it was in the roundhouse, where I'm doing this. My knee is over here, and I'm pointing my heel at the target. Turn my hip down as I extend. It's like uncoiling. I'm here, uncoil. Boom. I'm almost like punching the floor. I kind of want to punch the floor when I do this. Chamber, pivot, take my right hand, and I'm going to uncoil and kind of go towards the ground. Because I want to turn my upper torso. Boom, just like this to drive out.
Keep right here. All right, get around that.
Okay, we're running out of time, guys. We'll do another other half of this later. I wanted to get to spin hook, wanted to get to axe kick, and we're going to wrap this up and we're going to start another live stream, and another time we'll go over the other kicks because we're running out of time in our space.
Yes.
Okay, so catch us on Marshall U on YouTube, Marshall U Facebook, and marshallu.com on the web, and you'll be able to contact us.
All right, thanks, Sean. That was good stuff.
Thank you, Soubanh, for being kicking dummy. Thank you guys for tuning in, and sorry we couldn't go through all the kicks, but we'll be back.
All right, cool. See you guys.
Hasta la vista.